Welcome back. 7:53. A recent spike in violent crimes, including murders, is making headlines in Dallas as a new mayor moves into City Hall.
That's right, His Honor Eric Johnson. You said at City Hall, when somebody says Your Honor, you're looking around going, who are they talking to? And
That's right.
All of a sudden it's you.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Not quite used to it yet, but I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about an event, the Back to School Fair, that you'll be hosting for the first time. DPS sending troopers to Dallas. Is it almost embarrassing that the city needs to ask for help from the state?
Not at all. This is actually something that happens quite a bit. DPS is pretty experienced in supplementing local law enforcement. There's actually a lot of interjurisdictional cooperation when it comes to law enforcement that people don't really know about. We don't talk about it often because it's made the news. We're sort of talking about it now. But down in San Antonio, same thing. You probably didn't even hear about it up here, but a couple of years ago, they started to see a little uptick in some of their violent crime. DPS came in very quietly and dropped their crime rate by 20% in 6 months to a year because of the added police presence. So it's something that we've seen done a few times before around the state. It's not all that uncommon.
And it's worked before, and so you're hoping it'll work again.
Very
There was a
effective.
number I read the other day, and it just broke my heart. Nearly 1 out of every 3 children in this city growing up in poverty. How do you change that number? I mean, to me, that seems like that's where you need to start.
Yeah, it sounds pretty obvious when I say this, but maybe it's not so intuitive to others. But the solution to poverty is you got to have more money. How do you get more money? You got to get a better job. How do you get a better job? You got to get better skills and training. That's why I've been focusing so much on workforce development, and why you're going to hear me talk about that so much over the next 4 years. If people in Dallas, particularly in the southern part of our city, can get retrained and retooled and get skills that are going to be more valuable in the workplace, they'll make more money, and that's how you eliminate childhood poverty is linked to adult poverty. So children are growing up in poor households, and we need to change that.
Yeah, one of the things you're doing to help is this big back to school fair, which
Absolutely.
I mean, every year, I mean, this is what, 15,000 kids take
We're
advantage
expecting
of this?
35,000 people to show up this
So
year.
people
we
that
have,
serves 15,000 kids. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, they'll serve more than that. There'll be 15,000 just school supply packets alone, but there are going to be health screenings. There will be vision screenings, everything from school supplies, books, you name it. It's a full-blown, incredible array of services and things for kids to start off school the right way. So there'll be 15,000 fully loaded school supplies, but we'll be expecting about 35,000 people to come to this
And
event.
that's going to be Friday, August 2nd at Fair Park. Now,
right.
you have to sign up for that, and you have to qualify, right?
You don't have to, but we recommend it, though. We recommend that starting this Saturday, you can pre-register, particularly if you're expecting to get some school supplies. But if you want to, we're fine with people just showing up that day, and we will make sure you get accommodated with the health screenings you need. We're going to be doing immunizations, which you have to have, obviously, to start school. I mean, it's an amazing event. And it's the 23rd annual one of these we've done as a city. I'm the 5th mayor to participate. It's a long-standing tradition in the city. It's
I want to go
incredible.
back to that, a couple of serious issues, which is the crime issue. There are a lot of mayors in a lot of cities who in the past have said it's the little crimes. It's the little things that set the tone for the entire city.
The broken windows theory.
Right, the broken window theory. You permit a broken window, you don't replace the street light, crime goes up. And we've had the police chief and the district attorney lately seemingly excusing some smaller crimes, some nonviolent crimes. Your take on that?
Well, I wouldn't describe it that way. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're excusing. I think what they're saying is resource allocation, and also just sort of the direction that criminal justice theory is going in is really making sure that we don't penalize poverty and things like that. So I understand what they're trying to do. I've expressed a willingness to sit down with the district attorney to make sure we're on the exact same page about this, but I don't think that they're excusing small things and small crimes. I think what they're trying to make sure we do is people who are maybe addicted to drugs or who are doing, I'd say, low-level crimes where there's no other victim other than the person. Are we really benefiting them or society by incarcerating those folks as opposed to getting them the help that they need and addressing the poverty?
Hard sell to somebody whose house just got broken into.
Well, I would say this. I mean, the real key to addressing all of these crimes is to address the poverty and to make sure that people are getting the education they need. People who have resources, who have education, typically are going to commit less crimes. But we have to take this very seriously. And again, the broken windows theory, there are people who are on both sides of that idea, but I do think this Dallas is a very safe city. It always has been a safe city, and it still is for a city its size. Dallas is a city of 1.3 million people, and as far as large cities go, Dallas is a very safe city, and we're going to continue to make it so.
Being a mayor is tough.
It
An
is.
often thankless job. So thank you for the work that you're about to do. We appreciate it.
Yeah, there's your one thank you for the day.
Yeah, that's all you get.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, again, the 23rd Annual Dallas Mayor's Back to School Fair coming up August 2nd at Fair Park. We have a link to pre-register starting today. It's on our website, fox4news.com.